Halloween, with all of its tricks and treats, is a fun holiday that is enjoyed by people of all ages. So today I will be discussing how we came to know Halloween. One day I realized I knew nothing about the origin story of Halloween, so I decided to start researching it since it's been one of my favorite holidays ever since I was little. And what I found was absolutely fascinating. Throughout the years, we've come to know and associate Halloween with monsters, costumes, and candy. But back in older times, it was quite terrifying for the people who lived in civilizations. First, I will talk about Samhain and the traditions we pull from there, which is the first ever recorded celebration around Halloween. Then I will discuss All Hallows Eve, and finally I will discuss how we came to know modern day Halloween. Samhain is a 3-day pagan Celtic festival that translates to Summer's End in modern Irish. Samhain was primarily celebrated in the Iron Age of Scotland and was only practiced by pagans. Samhain was primarily celebrated by Celts who didn't understand science and didn't follow a calendar like we do today. Samhain was their end of summer and into New Year festival. So basically, their Samhain, which is our Halloween, was their New Year's. But they had Halloween aspects of their holiday. Like, they believed that when the days grew shorter, the Celts believed that the veil between the spirits and the humans was thinnest during Samhain, and the spirits could walk among them and cause trouble. It is actually interesting to note that some of the traditions of Halloween today were originally from Samhain. People would dress in animal hides to disguise themselves from the spirits. They would have bonfires to protect themselves from the spirits. And the Celts would hollow out gourds to make lanterns out of that would later be known as our infamous jack-o'-lanterns. Samhain was actually a quite terrifying part of the year for the Celts. Joshua Mark, a historian, wrote, including probably animal sacrifice, during which pastoral communities prepared to survive the winter. It is interesting to note that some Wicca and pagans still practice Samhain today. As Christianity started to rise in popularity, so did the eradication of polytheistic religions and culture. All Hallows Eve is a holiday that is the day before All Saints' Day, a day that honors all Catholic saints. However, All Hallows Eve was declared by Pope Boniface in the 6th century, be celebrated in May, but Pope Gregory in the mid-8th century moved both holidays to October 31st and November 1st. This was to, in a way, steal all the better traditions from Samhain and Christianize it, like dressing up so that it would be fun for the local kids. According to writers Blair Donovan and Marissa Gold, over time, as Christianity took over and the pagan undertones of the holiday were lessened, the basic traditions of how the holiday remained a part of pop culture every year. They simply evolved and modernized. It also gave way to more traditions that we still do today. Without All Hallows Eve, we wouldn't have bobbing for apples. People would also look into a mirror and try to see the future, like we do in modern day voodoo, hoodoo, and modern day Wicca practices. Even though Europe followed these traditions, the United States was not in favor of All Hallows Eve. Whenever the United States was formed, the founders didn't celebrate All Hallows Eve, and it was replaced by Guy Fawkes Day. It was replaced by Guy Fawkes Day because America wanted to distance itself from religion, and this was a day that celebrated all Catholic saints. Guy Fawkes was an anti-pope Catholic who was in Parliament and with a group of his Parliament brothers tried to assassinate King James I. Guy Fawkes Day, according to scholar Justin Mark, the Puritans of New England who refused to observe any holidays which might be associated with pagan beliefs, including Christmas and Easter, kept the observance of Guy Fawkes Day on the 5th of November as a reminder of their supposed moral superiority to Catholics. It became a day of violence as more Irish immigrants brought All Hallows Eve to America, and something needed to be done about it. As the Irish people started to integrate into our society, we would now have a holiday, All Souls Day, that would lead to the development of trick-or-treating. Elizabeth Krebs is a notable historical figure, one of my favorite historical figures, and she is basically the founder of modern-day Halloween. Elizabeth Krebs was sick of all the pranks that have been pulled on her on All Hallows Eve, which was a very violent day since many people chopped off the heads of chickens and burned outhouses. So it was very violent. And in Hiawatha, Kansas, she decided to put on a party one year for Halloween to try and tire out all the neighborhood kids so that they wouldn't destroy her prized rose garden. So she worked really hard for the week before, and it didn't work. So she tried again the next year and included the whole town and included a band, bobbing for apples, pumpkin carving, and lots of games for the kids, and it worked. Her rose garden was fine, and that's how we came to know our modern-day Halloween. Nowadays, Halloween is quite tame, even though some mischief still happens. Thanks to Elizabeth Krebs, we have a holiday that is fun for everyone, especially the kids. That's one of my favorite parts of Halloween, seeing all of my little cousins and nieces running and having a good time. Costumes became more advanced and capitalized on throughout the years, with many expensive costumes ranging from $3,000 to $5,000. The holiday had such a significance on Celts before, and now we dress up like the spirits they were afraid of, and I find that quite ironic. In conclusion, Halloween has gone through 3 major evolutions that influence Halloween as we know it today. Samhain, All Hallows Eve, and now simply Halloween. The combination of Hallow and Ween. So, next time you are sitting around a bonfire or carving a pumpkin, remember the Celts and Catholics of the past who aided in modern-day Halloween. Thank you.